living world of darkness rage across New York. It involves Sam Sullivan and Liz. I can't see her last name. Sheet Morrison. Sam texts Liz asking her if he could come over because he wanted to talk to her about some stuff. She said okay. He's a little bit crippled right now, not gonna lie. So it was a journey for him, but he got there in one piece. He'll knock on her door. Knock, knock, knock.
She'll look through the peephole, see that it's him, and open the door.
Smile to her politely. Auf Wiedersehen. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Guten Tag.
Hello. Come on in.
He is. I mean, it's not a laborious holy fuck effort, but it takes him a minute. As his legs are still very injured. But he does get inside. He'll kind of say, "Do you mind if I sit down?"
No, not at all. There's dinner on the counter if you're hungry.
Oh, if you don't mind, I will actually avail myself of your hospitality. He smells, despite the fact that he has been fucking hurt, like a damn forge. The man went to work today. So he'll basically he came basically straight from work to here, and he'll prepare not a generous like oh my god proportion, but enough to fill his hunger and respect her hospitality and cooking. He's learned by now you don't tell a fucking Fianna no when they offer hospitality. That's like tantamount to a high fucking level insult.
You know, it's just spaghetti and meatballs. It's nothing crazy.
Woo! Yeah, man! I'm a young man. I love spaghetti and meatballs. Yes. He'll sit down and nom 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 her spaghetti and meatballs. Oh, it's very good.
Oh, thanks.
What's this your recipe? What's your ragu?
Oh, I make the sauce once a month. Next time I do it batch, I'll make you some.
Oh, thank you. So, how's everything going with you? Doing okay?
Yeah, everything's pretty good, actually.
Okay, there's two problems going against him right now. One, Germans genuinely aren't the best at small talk. They don't do it terribly often, especially with people they're not very familiar with. And two, he came here for a reason, so he's having a lot of trouble, like, not getting to the fucking point, but he doesn't want to be rude. And he's learned that apparently Americans find that very fucking rude. So, he's kind of like trying to make small talk. But yeah, I'm gonna actually do himself a favor, roll his charisma expression to see if he can make small talk and not bungle his ass way through it. He apparently does decent at it. You know, asking you how your day went, how were classes on Sunday, apparently.
Great.
Sunday, damn it.
All of the classes on Sunday.
So, yeah. But he'll try for the small talk. He manages to hold up enough, but finally he'll get to the point and he'll say, listen, I wanted to talk to you about the other day.
Yeah?
I was very stressed out because of what was happening with Blitzkrieg. And just a couple of things that had been going on in my verse, in my world. And I took that out a little bit on you. And looking back over my behavior the last few days, I have been very aggressive. And I don't want you to think that I am normally like that. I've been told I'm actually a fairly friendly person. It's the fact that I was so... I lost my head, and it was wrong. And I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate you, or that I have any ill will towards you. I actually think you are a very talented and lovely young woman. I just, yes, lot of complex issues, hard to explain. But I don't want you to believe that my actions came from anything you've done. It was me. My head was all over the place.
It was a really stressful time, so there's a measure of understanding that I can give you.
I've noticed this is like the reason I asked if I could see you, like, and at home, I've noticed every time I meet with you, every time we talk, like someone else comes and interrupts us.
Yeah, it's odd, I guess.
Well, no, think about it. Every time you and I have met with each other, somebody else has come along and kept us from really getting to talk.
Well, there was that one time when we played video games. Nobody bothered us then.
You're right. So it was that one time. I forgot about that. I mean, like I said, like I remember the day. You know, I remember having fun with you, but I didn't remember that off the top of my head. You're right. I'm still having not difficulties, but still having culture shock. You know,
Well, it's
been here a few months.
a lot to come from.
Yeah, Germany is 100% different. It's very, very different, and the language is different. I did not speak much English growing up. I mean, I did. My parents speak English, but even they spoke a lot in German. You know, Sebos Frankophiles. All of my friends were German. You know, in Decept, The Night Sky, a lot of the people I ran with were German. It was in Romania, and the official language of Decept was Romania. I just never took the time to learn it. I know enough to get by, and that's all I learned. But yeah, I don't. I know I'm having trouble adjusting.
Yeah, and I mean, you came to America, and of all places, you came to New York City, so.
And I came because of grief. I came to get away from what I had lost.
I'm sorry for your loss.
You know about that, right?
No, not really.
Do you want to be bothered with it, or do you want...
I can listen. I can always listen.
Do you want the long version or the short version?
Whatever you're comfortable telling a stranger.
Oh, she's not so much a stranger, you're more like an acquaintance. I'll be... I won't belabor certain points. But, especially since I've told this story several times today. I was married. Married to a man named Axel. And he was a warrior, so Galliard guy of my tribe, Shadow Lords. No, I'm sorry. Out of game, he was a Ragabash. I'm sorry. He was a Ragabash. And we were married for a couple of days after I turned 18. Until about 6 months ago, for over a year. We made over a year. We had decided actually to adopt. gotten to that point we were considering children, either adopting or one of us, having it in the traditional way with the kinfolk. But, he'll kind of look down and shake his head. Like they say, we are on borrowed time as Gaia's warriors. And, it didn't come home one day. I mean, he did. But, not alive. And it hurt so badly. I could deal with the death. That I could handle that he passed away. I couldn't handle being where he was, I couldn't handle our home. Couldn't handle his clothes. The fact that his pillow began to smell less and less like it. And my parents told me they were retiring. And they were coming to the States, New York, and they asked if I wanted to come, and I said sure. And stay with them, get over it, recover. Love has not been kind to me. I won't lie. But, oh well. Life is not... Oh, what is it? Life is pain, Your Highness. Anyone who tells you otherwise is... What is it?
Selling something.
Yeah. That was Axel's favorite movie. You loved it. He could tell you any line from it. The worst part is when I came to this country, I met a man who reminded me of him. I never told him that. I didn't want him to think that he had his own beauty, his own ways, but that didn't work out either. I think I just gave up, honestly. Oh well.
Well, what happened?
I'm a Shadow Lord.
Yeah. I've seen that.
And he is beautiful, innocent. There's a light in him. He sings to cheese. He sings show tunes to cheese. And he likes to shop at IKEA. And read books. And be perfect in every way I've ever wanted. And I can't do that. I can't, when they're thinking about something that hurts them, their skin starts to tense,
Mm-hmm.
and they start to kind of get like that gut feeling. She can see he's experiencing that right now. I'll just shake his head. I am too. Yesterday I slapped my girlfriend. Clean across the face. Knocked us go 3 steps back. Because of my rage. She did something, I can't remember what she did to me, it just set me off. Like that. Genuinely. And she launched across the room and punched me in my face. Knocked me on my ass, and with my legs hurt now I wasn't getting back up. I could never do that to him. I don't know why. I can't bring myself to hurt him. I can't bring myself to... The thought of it makes me sick. I want to curl inside of him and just go away.
seems to me like maybe you could use the escape.
Hmm?
I said it seems to me like maybe you could use the escape.
Mm-mm. I know it seems like that, but too hard.
Too hard.
No, I'm too hard. I'm too vicious. I'm too violent. Too selfish at the end of the day. I'm very arrogant. And I do what must be done in order to serve Gaia and Grandfather Thunder.
She kind of makes a face.
What?
How much honesty do you want, in my opinion?
Oh, go on, give it to me.
How's that really working out for you? She looks at his legs.
That's because I got caught. That's a lesson I learned. Don't get caught.
Not think before you do stuff? Don't get caught?
I gave a kinfolk a simple pop on the mouth. Nothing more than a cuff. That's all. But talking back to us, that was simple for Shadow Lords. That was nothing. I have seen kinfolk killed in my tribe for less. I wouldn't do it. That's not my way of handling him. Genuinely, it's not. I'm not that bad. But you don't do the kinfolk of our tribe any favors by being lenient on them. And I truly believed, at the time, there was a possibility he was poisoning my best friend. To be blunt, he's lucky that's all I did. But I got caught. Apparently, somebody told somebody else, and that's why I ended up. So what this has taught me is to be more cautious. Oh, it's not working out for me poorly. I'm on the track to being a foster. I kinfolk, the mate. To be honest, there's nothing left in me. Any wild innocence I had, any of that, idyllic fantasy world that you're a small child, you think you're going to grow up. Life is going to be this way or that way. Like you're going to meet your Prince Charming, or you're going to become a superhero, an astronaut, be famous. That optimistic, blind, youthful exuberance. All of it died with Iraxos Ingamoto. It died with him. And what's left behind is me. That's all I am. I serve Gaia. I serve Grandfather Thunder. I go home to Leeuwen, live my life, and I go to work. Emotions are keeping me happy. I am happy at the end of the day. That's the fact of the matter.
I am happy. I just want to roll for that. A peony.
Good.
On my 10s.
Okay. When he said happy, he's content. He's telling the truth, but he means it kind of more like content. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's He means the literal, genuine version of happy. He's just happy. He's not ecstatic. He's not like, oh my god. He's not high on life. He's not riding the top of the world. He is satisfied with where he is in life. Wants no more or no less. He's very settled. And on somebody who's 19, that is just ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To see somebody so young, basically he's very disenchanted, is what it comes down to. And it really doesn't seem like he has any desire not to be. Like, he would have I believe he should have a higher banality than he does. But that's fucking said it what it is. But so, yeah. He just kind of smiles at her.
You're so young.
Yeah. I know. And yet that's not stopping me from growing gray at my temples. What the hell? I thought that didn't happen to my people. I thought us natives stayed black until we went snow white overnight and became elders of our tribes. Like Crow, stuff like that. Not like a tribe. Like this tribe. But no, I know. I was an only child. So maybe that had something to do with it.
Yeah, I didn't have that only child thing.
Well, my parents thought about adopting somebody. They were going to adopt when my father was in Afghanistan. There was a little girl that was brought to the hospital. Her family had died in bombings. She was by herself, like from maybe 18 months old. And he wanted to adopt her and my mother, and we fostered her for a small time. But with the way that things were, because they were members of the military and sanctions we have for Afghanistan, they couldn't adopt her. So I almost had her.
Yeah, I am the little sister. It's interesting.
You have nothing but older brothers, don't you?
5.
Oh my god, no wonder. But yeah, I mean, I grew up in a okay, so everybody thinks that when you join the military, you're going to be all over the world, and you're going to move to this base, But sometimes you have the long-term appointment,
Uh-huh.
And so my parents put in for a career appointment to Landstuhl, to the medical sector. And so they were not going anywhere. Sometimes my father did tours, a few months, in the heavy wars, once Afghanistan attack, Chechnya, stuff like that. But my mother, she was a pediatrician, so she did all of her. She stayed in Landstuhl in Germany, in the medical center. So I had the funny position that I stayed and everybody left. So although my home stayed the same, my friends didn't stay the same. Only my German friends stayed the same, which is why my parents decided to raise me as they did. I didn't have a lot of American friends because they came and they left, and they came and they left. So I didn't really make them,
Can I make an observation?
What's that?
You seem to have some commitment issues because of how you were raised and how you grew up with everyone leaving all the time.
I don't like to be in relationships. I don't like. I don't like to have to answer to somebody else. And I don't like to have to consider somebody else's life when I have to plan my own. And I don't like to have to be responsible for someone else's feelings. To be honest, I am happy on my own. And I don't like to put other people in danger. And I make enemies. And I don't want to have to bear that weight.
Interesting.
After losing Axel and feeling that pain, I don't want to cause it on someone else. Especially true. Especially true. So I walked away before we could go any deeper. Before he thought it would be the worst pain of his life as compared to when it would actually be the worst pain of his life. I bet you wonder why I don't have these fears when it comes to my fiance.
From what I've heard, she's a pretty strong, independent woman.
That's why I don't. She loves me and I love her, but we also understand at the end of the day that we are our own people. She is very independent, very, very independent, in a way that I need somebody with me to be. I don't think if I left her or walked away tomorrow, she would be, okay, whatever, fine. But I don't think that she would react as truly. This day, the way he reacted haunts me. It still tears me up. He tenses again, as though he was not fucking lying when he said that.
She'll hop off her chair and pour them each a glass of Diet Coke. Let's all day out in the house.
You know, we don't have. It's not. He'll take it and he'll just kind of like look at it as though this is going to be like, oh Lord. We don't have that in Germany. Like that, we do, but not like that.
What? So
Very different.
Diet soda?
Coca-Cola.
Oh, well, it's kind of an American thing, so I'm not confused by that.
We drink Fanta. Fanta is more popular in Germany. It was made for us because of Coca-Cola. But people also think that Fanta is the Nazi soda.
It's just a drink.
So where's your darling fair?
He should be probably in the park, but he knows that I made dinner, so he should be home eventually.
Last time I checked, he and I had a conversation you wanted to have with me. I don't know what about.
Beats me. The last time we talked about anything was, he came home kinda beat up today, but...
I don't think people realize quite how vicious our totem is.
Oh my god, it's Bob. Hi, Bob.
You can come in whenever you want. We're just chit-chatting in game. Apparently he's coming home in Lupus.
No, I just keep that there as a Viz ref. You guys can keep going for a little bit. Be a little too excessively well timed.
Yeah, no, they're just shooting the breeze.
Yeah, that's the problem. We've run out of stuff to talk about.
Okay.
We've just been chit-chatting about girl stuff.
Yeah.
So be it. Okay, so speak of the devil, and at least his cousin shall appear. Olaf, is the door locked? I mean,
Yeah,
not that it would 100% matter since he has a key, but
the door would be locked, yes.
okay. Well, I don't think I ever really got a full lowdown on the layout of Liz's apartment.
It's one big open, like, living room, kitchen, dining area combo.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. Alright, so Olaf unlocks the door and just kind of mechanically closes it, pivots, relocks it. I mean, he's not really looking at anything the way a lot of people don't really look at anything when they're coming in and out of a door they've gone through, like, probably several times. I know that I sure don't. And it's only when he turns around that he notices that Sam and Liz are there. He looks, kind of surprised. Huh.
He'll tilt his head at you.
Yeah,
You
they're
know-
sitting at the kitchen counter.
Huh. And he looks at Liz. He's perfectly sweet towards her, walks over, gives her a hug that he probably has to lean quite a ways down to achieve, considering that she is seated and he is 6'4".
Yeah. And she's a peanut.
And she is also quite short too, so that really only makes this more comedic as he goes all the way down to her, because it's Olaf, to achieve this hug state. Hey, honey. Hey, this is going to seem kind of strange, but could you give us a minute?
Yeah, sure. Don't get blood on the carpets?
Oh, of course not, of course not. You're very particular about the carpet. I wouldn't dream of it.
She pats him on the cheek. Honey, that was a joke.
Oh,
I have no reserves to fight right now.
and he just is paying the majority of his attention to Liz. I mean, who wouldn't? Like,
Bitch, I've been paying my majority attention to Liz, and I'm gay.
yeah, there you go. Like, who wouldn't? And like, I mean, she's just adorable. So he's sticking with that for the moment. I tell you what, what's that kind of ice cream you like?
Penny? Do you want me to go pick up ice cream, honey?
Well, I think I'd more tell you to go get yourself some of the really nice stuff. And he pulls out his wallet, pulls out a couple of 20s, and you know, stay safe. Don't stick around if things get weird out there, but you know, maybe grab some friends and take your time doing it. I know you don't like the whole "ooh, I'm mysterious," but it's just one of those things.
Alright,
Sam will give her a soft smile and he'll say, "It's okay, Liz, don't worry."
Sam was just here, apologizing for the other night.
Huh, fancy that. Well, I'll see you later, sweetie, okay?
Alright, just put the dishes in the dishwasher when you're done eating.
Oh, of course, of course. I'm sorry to put you out like this. This is just something that's got to go along.
Oh, it's okay. I have some pictures to take anyway.
Alright, alright. Show me when you get back?
Of course.
Alright. Alright, I love you. and
love you too.
leans down to give her a little kiss. And so that occurs. I mean, provided that Liz is a consenting adult towards the Olaf kiss.
No, she's
Alright.
gonna push me and go, "You gross boys."
More like you gross beard.
No, the beard. Not the beard. So she will gather her camera bag and her backpack and smile at Sam. It was nice talking.
Of course, please. And again, if you need anything right now, please, I do consider myself a servant to the kinfolk for the next fortnight. If you need anything after that, I'm still here. But
if you get a chance and you're making things, I could use a couple guys around. Just to have.
oh, yeah, sure, of course.
Alright, thanks. I'll see you guys later.
Alright, see you, sweetie.
He'll look back at Olaf.
And Olaf waits for Liz to be fully gone. He probably even waits a few beats for her to be down the hall. He loves kinfolk, but kinfolk are tricksy. So, walking around with anemia is fun. You know what's unfun?
What?
Looking all over a city for a guy who's supposed to have... Leans over. Some pretty fucked up legs, actually. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And finding him with his rep in your mate's apartment.
Okay.
Now, she lets you in. She's young. That's nice. Probably a bit of shit judgment on your part, but so be it. It's like cleaning his nails with his
Well,
nails,
what?
which is like that horrible process where you try to clean your nails with your nails. Like, holy fuck. Why would you do that? But I've done it more than once. I know some people do it. Some people are tool users and actually get the job done. So he's struggling with that. Paid a visit to the former totem. That got interesting. Did a little more damage to myself than I perhaps counted on. But hey, I'm still here, in spite of it. But maybe unfortunately, maybe fortunately, maybe she really does know what's best for me. I try not to question the wisdom of things that have outlived me by centuries. She told me that I had to come back and balance my ledger. That is her particularity, venerable as it is. And so now I have to balance my ledger with you, Mr. Sam.
Oh?
Do you know why I left your pack?
No. You
Because
didn't
I
tell me.
couldn't spend one more day with the sickness inside of your head. From the first, I ended up learning I couldn't trust you. When you, the supposed leader, the one I was going to have to count on to have my back, was ready to sick a gang of spirits on me over a mood. But hey, I've been in a gang. I understand how some of that works. Benefit of the doubt's a fatal flaw of mine. I blame myself for letting this fester in your head, the idea that you could just pounce on anybody in a state of weakness. First, that Cleath, who has probably been tortured for about half a decade. Next, a cub who doesn't even know where he is. Not so sure about Piotr, he seems a little more with it. And God knows who else, really. And then I let this fester, I walk away. Mostly because even if I had taken control of the pack, let's be honest, how long would I have lived after that? Wouldn't have looked in the brake lines of my bike, for instance. No better these days. And you get your rep with the kinfolk. Tell me, what the fuck is it with your pack and that guy? Lady Lightning asked. I couldn't even answer.
He'll think on it for a moment. It's tribal.
Because of tribal things like this, we are racing towards the Ragnarok at breakneck speed. That's my beef with you, Sam. I don't consider you trustworthy, and I barely consider you honorable.
You have to understand that to my tribe, it only matters so much. The worst part is I know for my tribe, I am actually one of the more trustworthy and honorable of us. And I can't explain my ways or the way we do things to you. I won't make excuses. You don't like the way I do things? Fine. Don't run with me as a packmate. You think I'm insane and I have a sickness in my head? Sure. You're right. It's as simple as that. You don't have to like me. Hell, you don't even have to trust me or think me honorable. But you have to fight beside me. That you have to do. And I will fight beside you. Give my life to save yours. I would, even if you don't believe I would. That's not my problem. Your beliefs and the way you react to my behavior and the things I do are in no way, shape, or form under my control. They are all yours.
Hey, mechanical question.
Yes.
What is your total for manipulation subterfuge?
It's not low. It's like 6.
Okay. I'm just saying this for Truth of Gaia.
That's fine.
Because I
He's
think
not lying. If in any of this, he's actually not lying.
Okay. Yeah, I know the Truth of Gaia mechanic is that the difficulty basically is your manipulation subterfuge rating. Truth of Gaia is like an amazing thing.
It is. Aren't you also wearing an earring of truth?
I am, but I have a new toy.
It's okay.
I just bought Truth of Gaia.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
a new toy.
he wasn't lying with that.
Okay, cool.
You have to understand something. I don't really, honestly, have that much of an opinion on you. Either way.
Well, I didn't botch, and so if you weren't lying, then meh. It's
No,
like 2 successes.
Either way, I wasn't fucking lying.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You took an action that disappointed me a little bit, but not very much. I do find it funny. No, I won't even word it like that, actually. You say that you think I am ready to pounce on the new ones as they come in. And I find that an interesting observation you've made. Correct? Yet, who has my back now? Who has walked beside me? Hell, with me, walked into what was considered a very dangerous situation. Michael, that Garo that you considered to be the one that I was pouncing on, could have been tortured for years. And we were on that mission you and I were on a few days ago. Who was it that listened to me? Who was it that I was able to help keep in line? The one that the cup that you chide me for being so hard on. I just explained to your girlfriend that I, as a Shadow Lord, don't have the luxury of emotions or of what's a good word for it? God damn it, I hate the German has such good words I can't translate. We are each on hard paths, you know. You think there's a sickness in my head? Fine. I can tell you for damn sure that if I had walked away from you and left your pack, I would have told you why at the time. You didn't. I expected different from one of the sons of Finrir. But mark my words, I am a Shadow Lord. I am a child of thunder. And my tribe, we have our own accounts to balance right now. And it's the fact that half of us are going to fall upon our own swords, and the other half are going to walk ourselves into being everybody's greatest enemy because of our tyrannical behavior that we are starting to develop. I'm trying to walk a balance, and I'm young and still learning, but still. As I said to your girlfriend, Blitz's death and the times right before were very hard on me. And I took it out on everyone, not just kinfolk. Kinfolk just felt it the hardest. There was a reason I was avoiding the set.
Even a
go on.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Even a snake can get someone to bite an apple. That does not make you special. And the next time you feel frustrated, you pound it out with somebody your own size.
You see, what I hate worst about that encounter is that what happened was so grossly blown out of proportion. But fine, I can't fight people's reactions again. People want to act like I beat the boy. That's barely what happened. He was mouthing off to me and one of my tribesmen, admitting that he was trying to aggravate us. I cuffed him. I gave him one knock on the mouth. Barely harmed him. And people would believe I thrashed him about the set. Hell, for my tribe, what I did to him was lenient. And you know what the worst part is? One of these days, he's going to come across a Shadow Lord that is not as lenient as me. And he's going to be very ill prepared. But fine, let him suffer that. It's not going to affect me. You see, that's your problem. Right now, what you're doing to him, and what everybody else is doing to him, is going to take him so far away from being a Shadow Lord again. You're only going to end up hurting him. I have no control over that.
That matter's already been decided by those higher in station. His voice is thunder.
It has. As I said, it's the only area in which I regret this and what has happened is that I got caught. That was my flaw.
And in that regard, I believe you.
I don't see any reason you shouldn't.
Now, the one woman we have in common, Lady Lightning. She bade me be direct. I feel I've been direct, but let's be honest. My feelings don't matter in that particular exchange. Hers do. And I only know about maybe one way where we talk and the spirits listen. When your legs are back together, I'll come.
You wish to fight me.
I wish to challenge a Garou at full strength.
Now let me ask you a question. If you challenge me, what in God's name makes you think I'm going to choose combat?
You could choose something out of the water. Doesn't really matter to me. Only thing that matters is that I don't lay into people who are already laid low. And you, my friend, are in a ditch.
Why? Because my legs are hurt. Oh, you think I'm in a ditch because of that?
Because your reputation is shit.
My reputation is not shit. My reputation is solid. And what my reputation is, a lot of people can't handle. And that's fine, I understand that. But you also have to realize something. I don't give two fucks about my reputation. The only person I worry about my reputation with is Grandfather Thunder. And right now, I'm square with him. I literally don't give a fuck about what anybody in the Sept thinks of me. They can either hang me from a tree and take my life, or I can go to a Shadowlord Sept. I am here because this Sept needed Shadowlords who knew what to do. At the end of the day, when the things that must be done, regardless of whether you'd like to do them or not, need to be done, we are here. Because it is not always an honorable game. Do you want to cling to your honor? Fine. You want to keep your canvas pretty? Fine. You want to have your warrior's heart? Fine. So I serve, so that you can be the hero of the day. We are the anti-heroes, us that fall under Grandfather's banner. And if you want to punish me for that, that's your problem, not mine. But a reputation only matters so far.
Take the legs that your tribeswoman broke and get out of my territory.
Give him a polite nod. And he will... One second.
Yeah, of course, dude, of course.
No, fine. I need to...
Dice Stream, man, I know. Sometimes it doesn't want to, what do you call it, cooperate.
Hate Dice Stream.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm going to roll my willpower to ignore wound penalties. Yay! No, actually, get up and a little steadier than you may have expected. He'll lock out and get the fuck out of your turf.
Is he like literally walking on his broken legs?
Yeah, they're not totally like crippled, broken.
Okay.
It's just more that his ligaments are all fucked up.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you. I didn't really like see the dice, but I trust that you got enough successes to do that, so that's fine by me.
Okay, but yeah, I will end the scene now. So, thank you players for playing, and thank you watchers for watching. Bye bye.